Okay, I don't know. But we're gonna go with it. Hopefully I can see comments. I hope. Hey Donna, there, I can see a comment. That's good. That's good. How are you? We are gonna make a vintage truck today. I'm excited. I am excited. All right, guys. So I hope you had a great day. I am in my salon garb. I just got out of the salon. Hello, Letitia. Hi, Scott. So we're going to use our vintage truck duo transfer and our vintage truck add-on all season transfer. So one transfer gives you stuff for all of the seasons. So winter, spring, summer, and fall. So we're going to be doing a fall truck, and we'll see how far we get. If it gets too late, we'll do the winter one tomorrow because I want to get fall and winter done. So this is one of our vintage truck cutouts, and it is made perfectly for our vintage truck add-on transfer and our duo transfer. So we'll get this undone, and you'll find these on the website under surfaces. So what have y'all been up to? You're doing great. I'm doing just fine. Thanks so much for asking. So the vintage truck duo transfer has the truck going both ways, so you can do, they're double-sided, right? So you can do with 2 vintage truck cutouts and one of our accessory kits, you can do all 4 seasons. So then you can just flip them around. I'm all about what I call a twofer, you know, something that can be 2 different things. Hello, Thomas. How are you? So let's get to cracking with this. Hello, Grace. Hi, Irene. Hey, Margarita. How's your brother? I hope you're doing well, and I hope he's doing well. Nice to see you. Okay, so we are going to pull off, and so these have clear cut lines on them. I've already used this, which is why it says back on the back, so I always know I'm putting it on the right side of the backer sheet. But it's an A2, A1 and A2, and B1 and B2. So they tell you which one to put down first and which one to put down second, and which one matches which. So they're really, really easy to use. They also have little register marks that you can use. I'm going to wax this before I get too far here. So I'm going to use just a little bit of our surface wax. And I like to apply it with a brush, but you can do it with a soft cloth. So anything that's not one of our chalkboard surfaces, I usually always wax. So I'm just going to give it a little wax. Doesn't take much. And then once I get that on, then I'm just going to kind of buff it off. So it's a little bit tacky when you first put it on, and then when you buff it, it makes it super slick. And it just protects your transfer from sticking too hard. So a little bit goes a long way. All right, let's go ahead and pull y'all down right on top where you can see what we're doing. So we're going to use 1A or A1 first. And I'm going to bring our little fuzzing cloth. Now you don't have to have a fuzzing cloth to do this. You can just use your sweatshirt or a tea towel or something like that. I just find this is pretty convenient. And all this is doing is getting a little bit of lint on the back of the transfer, the adhesive side of the transfer. So it just eases the adhesive enough so that you can apply it really easily. And I'm just gonna come right down above this a little bit. And just match it up to the truck. Come over a little bit. And I'm going to come down just a little bit more. That looks good. So now I'm going to smooth the air out from underneath it, because this is not a stencil. A stencil actually has a hole in it. That is a fine mesh screen, which is how we use the same transfers in our ink to do t-shirts and aprons and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm going to do the top of the truck black, and I'm going to do the bottom of the truck with our really pretty colonial blue. So we'll just undo this. We've got our creamy dreamy formula. Makes this so easy. I'm just going to give it a quick stir. Good. Hello, Phyllis and Marilyn and Megan. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Tammy. Hello, Amanda. How are you guys? I hope you're doing very well today. So I'm just going to grab some paste and I'm just going to kind of apply it in a few different spots around. So as I start covering this, I've got plenty of place to work with. You don't have to worry about putting too much on, because we're going to scrape it all back when we've got everything covered. So I'm just covering all that open area of the screen. Super easy peasy. It's just so relaxing doing this. Now I could do the rail on the truck a different color if I wanted to, but we're going to keep this pretty simple and straightforward today. So you can use as many colors as you like and make it your own design. Now I'm scraping all the extra paste back and putting that all right back in the jar. And then we're just going to pull up the transfer. And I pull top to bottom or side to side. Let me turn this a little bit so you can see as I pull it up. That it gives us great detail and gets our truck really going good. And that will take 5 to 8 minutes to dry all on its own. And what I'm going to do over here, I've just got some clean water, just some plain clean water. I'm going to stick it sticky side down first in the water. And by doing that, it will take away, deactivate the adhesive on the back so that it won't stick to itself. And then I'm just going to flip it over. I've got a little board eraser in here. This is one of our little board erasers. Let me move this out of the way here. I see that's in the way and I don't have my phone up there. My goodness, I've got that really tight. Let me see if I can pull this up out of the way. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing without that right in the middle there. So I'm just going to give this a little swoosh in the water. And you can see that it's all just kind of melting away off the transfer. And now I'm just going to wipe it down. Very easy to care for these. Just wipe it off. See, that looks pretty good. Grab my another little cleaning towel I have here. We'll just lay this out right on there. And then I'm just going to wipe it down on the top, on the front, and then the adhesive side. I'm going to wipe that down to get any residue from the project off there. Make sure it's nice and clean. And then I'll just let that dry sticky side up, and when it dries, all that sticky will come right back so that I can reuse this 8 to 12 times. So I get lots of uses out of it. Okay, I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. And then we will come back to our truck. Hello, Kim. How are you? So whenever you're layering with our transfers, you want to make sure that the bottom layer is completely dry before you do the top layer. Hello, Gay. Hi, Martha. Hey, Jeanette. How are ya? Doing good, I hope. And we'll get this all dry. I love these little cutouts. We're going to be doing some other fun stuff with them. You haven't done one, Jeanette? Oh, good. Good. I'm glad you're going to see how we do it. We just put the top layer down. Getting that dry. Okay, so that's good and dry now, so we can put our second layer down. So you can see I can rub my hands all over it now. It's not going to come off. Let me go ahead and clean up this squeegee. Don't think we'll be using black again, but we might. Who knows? We'll see if we get the second one done or not. Hello, Linda. Welcome, you guys. I love to come on here and share crafting ideas. So fun. Okay, I think I've got, ooh, see, I'm a messy crafter. You don't have to be neat to do this. Listen. Okay, that's all done. So now we're going to use our Colonial Blue on the bottom. So the truck will be blue on the bottom and black on the top. See, I'm so messy. I get it everywhere. Luckily, it just cleans up with water. Okay, let's see. We're going to bring our second layer. So now we're going to go to A2. So we just used A1. Now we're going to use A2, which is the bottom of the truck. And we're going to go ahead and fuzz this also. So this will be the main color of the body of the truck and the hubcaps. So just easing that adhesive just a little bit. And now we're going to line this up. Let's Let me bring you right down on top. And what I'm going to do is look through the transfer, and everywhere the black is, I'm going to be able to, all the black lines and things like that are going to go under the green lines on this. So that way we don't chalk them. So it's really easy to line up even if you don't use the little registration marks, which I rarely use. We didn't have registration marks when I started doing Chalk Couture. And I'm just so used to lining it up on my own that I don't use them, but they are there if you need to. So now all I want to see through this is just white area, okay? So we're going to make sure that that's down really well, all those little details. I love that all the rustic, what's the word I'm trying to find? It's been a long day, guys. Just making it look rough. That's already in the transfer, so I don't have to do any weeding or anything like that. So I'm going to give my Colonial Blue a stir. And our pastes are water-based, they're organically pigmented, and they're non-toxic. So if your paste is too thick at all, you can just add a little bit of distilled water and stir it up and bring it right back to the creamy, dreamy consistency. You'll find you rarely have to do that, but it's possible. Now I'm just going to take our same squeegee and put some color down. And then we'll just start, again, filling in all the white area, the open screen. Grab a little from the next pile. And this is where I have to be careful because I'm really good at overshooting the runway, I call it, where I go off of the green area. So I'm trying to be really careful that I don't do that. Although you can just wash it off if you do, so. But I try not to. Okay, now I'm going to put all that extra paste back in the jar. We don't waste the paste. And now I'm going to scrape back any other extra that I have. Put that back in the jar. And then we will pull off that transfer and see that our truck is now all filled in, and it's this beautiful Colonial Blue. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back over here, lay it sticky side in the water first, and then I'm just going to flip it over and let that marinate for just a minute. And it'll be all ready to clean up and clean off. So let's go ahead and get this dry. This is our drying tool, so it's got, it's really ergonomically friendly. It looks like a heat tool. However, it doesn't get so hot that it would melt our transfers. Like I can blow right on the transfer. Sorry, I didn't have the camera moved over. I can blow right on the transfer, and even though this is plastic, it won't melt it. So if I'm working on a big transfer, I may do the chalk and peel method where I want to dry it, and I don't want to worry about melting the transfer because that's still on there. Hey, Tana. Hey, Sheila. You can't see. I'm hoping that was before I realized I hadn't moved the camera over. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. So there is our truck. And now we're going to get out our accessory kit and we're going to do the stand. Hey, Lourdes. Hey, Leona. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Kay. How are you? I see Judy Smith is here and Sandy. Hi, guys. You like that with the blue? Yeah, it's going to be fall, so it's going to have pumpkins in the back, and I love blue and orange together. I think it's so pretty. Or teal and orange is another one of my favorite combinations. Oh, you were in the group. Oh, no, I couldn't see your comments. If you were in the group. Okay, that's all dry now. So that is good to go. I'm going to go ahead and get this truck washed up real quick. I like to kind of wash as I go. And it makes cleanup really easy afterwards. Not a lot left to do. So you can see just by letting that simmer in that water for just a minute, it just melted all that paste away. And now I'm just going to take my board eraser and wipe it down. And flip it over. And wipe that side down. Okay, now we'll just leave that to dry, and we'll be able to put them back on the backer sheets when they're all dry. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get our accessory kit out. And like I said, if you get 2 of the truck cutouts and 1 of the accessory kit, let me open this up a little bit more, then you will have enough to do all 4 seasons with these 2 transfers. And I did do a little bundle. I will come back after the video and if you would, I'll tell you what, if you would like a link to the bundle, then you can put the word truck in the comments, and I will come back afterward and do that. So our accessory kit comes with 2 blocks. So these are the stands that the truck sits on. It comes with 2 of those, and then it comes with 2 little pieces that fit the different seasonal things you can put in. So we're going to put pumpkins on this one. So I'm just going to pull out 1. And of course it's 2-sided, so you can do 2 seasons on each one. So again, you can make all 4 seasons of these transfers. Let me put this one away. And if you want your trucks facing different ways, then you will use both sides of the truck duo. And then we're going to use the add-on, all-season add-on. So this is a size C transfer. Oh, Leona was over there with you? Oh, oh, I'm so glad you figured it out. I wondered where you guys were. I had sent out the message. So y'all, if you would like to know when I'm going to be live, you can, because Facebook has not been great about telling people. So I did a message app that I can send you a message if you want to sign up for that. And you just text the word alert to 360-207-0002. And then I can send you a message when I'm going to be live. Or any updates that, you know, like if we've got catalog launches or anything like that, I could send that to you also if you'd like. Hello, Sue and Judy. Hi, Tracy. Okay, clean that up and put my paste away. now we're going to bring out orange and gold and black. Oh, I guess we are going to bring our black back. Okay, so this one I have not cut up yet, and I like to, the transfers have clear cut lines on them. You can see the white lines that you can just cut it apart, and I would always recommend when you cut it apart, write on the back what part came off of that piece, because even though we think we cut straight, y'all, I'm gonna tell you, we don't cut straight. So I like to take a ruler and an X-Acto knife and cut a little extra out oftentimes, but there's another cool way you can do it. These are our transfer trimmers. They're super, super sharp, and that the adhesive on the transfer won't stick to them. So I'm just gonna lift up the edge, lift it off the backer sheet a little bit, and then slide these shears right under, and then I can just cut the transfer piece just like that, and that way I can keep my backer whole. Okay, I'm going to come down to the next line and do the same thing, just run it right underneath. And once you get it cutting, you can just slide it like you do cut Christmas wrap, right? Just like that. So we'll just cut these pieces off. And this does take a little less time than doing it with the X-Acto knife. Keep going. We're going to need our pumpkins and welcome autumn for this one, because this is going to be our fall vintage truck. Okay, let's see, where's my pumpkins? These are my pumpkins right here. So the pumpkins are layered. And come right up through the middle and cut these pieces apart. So again, I'm just lifting the transfer off the backer. Sometimes it doesn't want to just pop right up. Okay, I got it up. There we go. He's in the middle before he did this, so. Cut. Okay. Whew, those are super sticky. All right, there we go. So we're going to do Welcome Autumn. And I'm going to grab my waxing brush and my wax and put a little wax on these. And I'll put a little wax on our part that goes on top of the truck. I'm going to go ahead and wax both sides since I'm going to be doing the Christmas one also probably tomorrow. Isn't that a neat way to do it? I just thought I would show you a different way than what I usually do. And our transfer trimmers are great for that because they don't, the adhesive doesn't stick to them. Okay, I'm just gonna Get the, buff the wax a little bit. And we'll do Welcome Autumn. And don't forget, we have to do a little fuzzing. These are super sticky, and that's how you can use them, reuse them 8 to 12 times, or I have many that I've used even more than that. If you take good care of them, they take good care of you. Okay, let's line this up. So I'm just kind of working to get it in the middle. So I'm looking at the open space on each end, just kind of making sure, because it's the same distance, and that way I can line it up pretty well. And then we're going to push the air out from under it. Take a look at that. That looks perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the bottom layer. So these pieces are also numbered. So I'm going to take A1, which is the first one you put down for the pumpkins. So you have pumpkins, you have watermelons for summer, you have hearts for spring, and then you have a tree for Christmas. And we're going to bring this part out and just get that right on there. Go this way. And again, I'm just kind of getting it exactly on there. And then push it down really well. And we're going to use orange peel and gold for that. Stir. Good to go. And then we'll use shimmer gold as the accent. And that is, our shimmers are always pretty good to go. Time to get a new jar out pretty soon, but you can use them to the last drop. Okay, and then I think we're going to do Welcome Autumn just in black. Get a little smaller squeegee. So this is like a mini squeegee. And we'll just cover all of that open area. This would be a great Christmas gift for someone, or a housewarming gift. And just an easy, fun craft. Okay, now we're going to just pull that off. Going to put it in my water. Remember, sticky side down first, because the water will deactivate that adhesive so that you can let go and it won't stick to itself. So we've got our Welcome Autumn. Cute, cute, cute. And then we'll do our pumpkins. Pull you guys down closer. cover all that open screen. I need to do a shirt, an autumn shirt with this truck and the pumpkins. All the seasons. I love a vintage truck. Now I'm going to scrape back the extra, put that back in the jar, and then we'll just pop that off. I'm going to lift it up slow and make sure that I don't have any skips or misses, which I don't. So far so good. There. And then sticky side down first and flip it over. I'm going to get these dry. Hello Charlene and Leslie. Hi Sue and Pat. Hi Phyllis. Hi Jessica. How are you guys? Thanks for watching. Thanks for popping in. We're starting to make some fall decor. Dry and then put our second pumpkin layer on, and we will be close to done. I'm going to do a little distressing on the actual stand itself. So you can leave our wooden blocks with this beautiful whitewash on them, or you can sand them, you can paint them, you can distress them. No limit to all the stuff you can do. So we want to make sure that our pumpkin layer is completely dry before we put the second layer on there. So we're just helping it get dry with our drying tool. That's all dry, good to go. That's good to go too. So now we'll put our second layer on, our stems to our pumpkins and our little accent lines, and I thought the shimmer gold would be really pretty on that. Just wipe up as I go. So I'm using baby wipes to wipe the squeegees and stuff, but never use baby wipes or anything like that on your transfers. Just water. If you think you need a little extra help, you can use a Clorox wipe once in a while, but you never want to use a baby wipe because they have oils in them. Okay, so now we're going to get our second layer of the pumpkins. We'll get that fuzzed a little bit. And we're going to do the same as we did the truck. So we don't want to see any of the orange. We should see just white when we get this lined up. So I fuzz it until it'll let go of my fingers pretty easily. And then we'll line this up. Again, we just want to see white. My angle's all right. There we go. Okay. Now we'll take our shimmer gold and go over all of those open parts of the transfer. fill that up. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at all the detail in those pumpkins. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wash these up real quick while we let that dry. Grab another little towel to clean with. You don't want to leave your transfers laying in water for a long time. A few minutes is fine to get all that paste to kind of loosen up. But not for hours and hours. You will mess up the adhesive back if you do that. Okay, that looks good. And always leave them sticky side up to dry. And the final piece. Isn't it so cute? I just love it, Jeanette. Jana, somebody told me that they were in stock the other day, but I don't know if they still are, and I didn't see it myself. We've gotten no info that it was in, but it should be coming back. I think this month or August is what they said. Okay, so those are drying. I'll set this aside. And now let's distress our truck a little bit and our stand. I want it a little more distressed than what it is. So I'm going to use a little bit of black paste on a sponge to just dirty this up a little bit. So I'm going to pull our black paste out, and I've just got one of those little sponge daubers, and I'm just going to daub some black paste on here. You can use our black ink. It works really well too. I use black ink on a lot of my porch leaners, and I'm just gonna rub it on the edges where it would normally kind of wear, just to dirty it up a little bit. So you don't need a lot of extra ink pads and all that stuff. I mean, look. All you need is our chalk paste. It makes it perfect. So I'm going to dirty this up a little bit too on the edges. Just want it a little rougher looking on those edges. We can paint with our chalk paste. We can, gosh, there's just not much can't do with it. Between that and our ink. So just kind of roughen up these edges just gives it a more vintage and rustic feel. So you can see like the lines around this side, and then just you can see that they're just a little rougher on this side now. And then we're going to do the same thing to our pumpkin edges. Jana, it's been, the last couple of days has been pretty rough. I had some stuff go on that I had to miss some treatment appointments, so I'm feeling it. Just darkening up those edges a little bit. That looks good. Okay. So now we have our fall vintage truck ready to display. So our truck sits on the stand and this sits on top of the truck, just like that. And there we go. I'm trying to tip it so you can see it. Hang on. I can do this. I should be able to do this. There we go. And there is your fall vintage truck. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So cute. Hi, Talisa. Thanks, Talisa. So the quick dry tool is in stock, y'all. If you want to get it, go on over to charmingchalkart.com and it's under accessories. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Jeanette. Love it with the blue. Me too. I think it just sets off the orange for the pumpkins really well. So that was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me and doing a little fun crafting, getting our fall on, even though it's Christmas in July. We just launched our new catalog, which, oh my gosh, my stuff will be here tomorrow. You guys, I can't stand it. Oh, good, Leona. I know. Can't wait to do it. It's going to be so fun. We will have fun doing lots of vintage trucks. So I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your evening, and I will see you again tomorrow, probably doing the Christmas version of the vintage truck. But you never know. I may be doing some pumpkins or a t-shirt. You never know what I'm going to do.